Oh, finally, the 20th of December, it's a Sunday, the lights are everywhere, it's 5 days away from the big day, and I think we've got the mic working today. Little bit of After Effects, although that's a little bit Adobe, on Audition and Premiere to kind of get things ramped up yesterday because the microphone wasn't working, so what you would have heard, had you had to have heard what I originally recorded, would have been about like that. And, you know, most people will probably say that, actually, Dave, if you whispered, the world would be a better place. But I like to contradict that. So, yesterday we got stuck into... Oh, hey, by the way, welcome back to Website Rewrite, a place where you'll find out about content converting customers quicker. I really need to learn that tagline because that's all I've got. Yesterday we took a look at Snowflake, which was the number one, still very much is, the top of the charts for Forbes' 100 cloud companies. What does that mean? That's companies that offer services, software as a service, SaaS companies. So you typically wouldn't download an application. You would do everything in your web browser in a very concertinaed effect. So today, feeling a little bit sluggish, and I came here all guns blazing, and already I'm like, God, listen, you like the portrait frame though, right? With the sort of the little garlands and that. It feels a little bit festive, doesn't it? That's nice. I've not got a drink today. A, because it's 1:30. B, because I haven't got a drink. But today we're going to take a look at a company called Stripe. If you're involved in e-commerce, chances are that you may have heard of these guys. They are effectively a payment processing service. I know about these guys as opposed to Snowflake, which I knew nothing about, and thankfully now I'm replete with knowledge about data lakes and data engineering and all these great things. Other good piece of news for you before we get stuck in is that I've finally taken the plunge and taken some hosting for Word and Mouth, which is my company that's been up and down and left and right because I do a lot of work these days in a permanent setting for a college in the northwest of England. So I've kind of let the whole business side of things die a little bit, but obviously that's resurrected for 2021. I had a lot of people saying, for the love of God, you know, you spent all these years in creating, developing, strategizing over content. Share a few of your experiences, a little bit of your wisdom with bunny ears, because I don't believe I have any, and I think after 20 minutes with me today you'll probably be inclined to agree. But Word of Mouth will be coming back. Website Rewrite is my initial gesture towards that. I think I am a big believer in experts showing others how they do what they do. This is how I'm going to do it. This is my gesture to you. So hopefully you'll pick up some ideas about how to develop amazing content for your website. Ultimately, this is all about finding ways to engage your visitors to convert them to customers, because they have to make a big commitment to be a customer, and it's important that you make the first move. So through these sessions, through these video, me getting to know you, get to know me, you'll start to find out a bit more about what it takes to develop great content. I'll hopefully be giving you some examples of content that is already out there in the wild that is having a great impact. I'll also be writing some stuff on the fly and changing some pages around of websites that we'll look at as part of this first 100 cloud companies attempt. Let's see how that goes. But, you know, without further ado, because I've been rambling on now for a few minutes, I don't want to... your time is super valuable, and I don't want you to think that I am denying that. So this is what's very important to me. So here we are. This is the Stripe website. This is the Stripe homepage. These guys have spent an enormous amount of time planning this, plotting this, making it work, trying to figure out exactly who their customer is. Because, you know, talking about yesterday when we were, and I hope you were with me, and if not, there is a playlist on YouTube for Website Rewrite. But we were talking with Snowflake how it felt like they were a little bit conflicted as to who exactly their customer is. By the way, all rise with Gregory Porter in the cans today, and I'm loving every second of it. It feels very Christmassy. It's his latest album, and if you know Gregory Porter, you'll know that you're guaranteed genius, and that's why he's in my ears today. Talking about customers, so Snowflake, again, very clear that they're talking to a very, very, very tiny subset of business nation. They were talking to CIOs, but they were talking very specifically to CIOs who knew explicitly what their problem was. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, I think it's first and foremost word and mouth, parent of Website Rewrite, which is just a series of these things. We are all about simplicity. I don't believe that you can say things with, I can't even explain it, yet it's supposed to be simple. I don't think you can be too simple communicating your message to your prospective customers. And here's why, is you don't know who they are. You don't know where they come from. You don't know what stage they are in their expertise or career. It might be that next year they are exactly the people you need to take your business from zero to hero. You just don't know. And obviously, if they're from a different country, they're not necessarily going to be speaking with the complex language that you imagine, that you hallucinate, that you articulate upon someone. So very important to get your message across very simply, very conveniently, very quickly, quite the opposite of this show. Looking at the Stripe homepage then, payment infrastructure for the internet, plural payment. Millions of businesses of all sizes, from startups to large enterprises, use Stripe software and APIs to accept payments, send payouts and manage their businesses online. Right, okay, so we're starting to get to the point now where I'm working with an organisation that gets itself and gets what its customers want. Let's be honest, I know it's eye-catching, but I freaking hate that horrendous sort of lava lamp background. I think it's unnecessary. It certainly catches the eye, but there's a million different ways to do that. Yesterday, talking to Snowflake, I suggested that because the message was fairly muddy, that they want to articulate that through a video. Get some people who've contributed testimonials to talk through their problems and how Snowflake looked to solve them. Straight away, I'm starting to see an issue here, and Stripe would, I'm sure, fervently oppose my viewpoint. However, infrastructure barely gets across the line without breaking it, right? Long, muddy words. Infrastructure for the internet, right? Okay, so I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, do we kind of need to say that? Do we need to say infrastructure? Is it critical? Get out of there. Oh, the apps, look at these guys, look at them. Wow, right, okay. I've got that twice here. Payments on the internet. Payments. Oh, lovely. Sorry, I'm just in Inspector here. Okay. Oh my God, there's a third one. Oh, there literally is a third one. This is exactly why I will never, ever, ever make a web designer. All right. Right, okay, so let me just explain my philosophy on this. Stripe, I've got a t-shirt. I literally have a Stripe t-shirt. I do like what these guys do. When you are dealing with something that's quite complex, and you will generally find that the 100 top cloud companies, as judged by Forbes, all have one thing in common, and that is they have solutions that aren't necessarily simple to decipher without some kind of support. So what is the solution? What is the problem? What is the itch that Stripe is looking to scratch, solve, address? Well, it doesn't matter whether you want to use the word infrastructure or not, they are here to manage payments on the internet. All right? So I don't think that you can introduce a conversation with enough simplicity. If somebody's coming to your site and they heard of Stripe, or they just want a solution, they already kind of know the solution they're looking for, then they just want to have that situation validated by you, right? So, okay, so payments on the internet, I think works here. A bit controversial, and we can expand on that. We can flesh it out a little bit as we go along. But fundamentally, let's have a baseline. Let's have something to work with, and as we meander through the landing page, we can figure out whether there's some more opportunities here to also work simply, but at the same time to expand, to unpack that, so that we can be a little bit more USP-ish. Because this, as things stand, is certainly not an elevator pitch. Millions of businesses of all sizes, from startups, blah, 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 okay. I can see what they're doing here. Use Stripe software and APIs to accept payments. So, right, okay, right, here we are. Meat and potatoes. We won't have this in triplicate because there isn't a gradient behind it, and there's not all sorts of... I don't know why. Why? Get rid of that. It's nonsense. Right, millions of businesses also... Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so... Okay. Money coming your way. Via... I like a bit of alliteration. Via the dub. No matter who you are, Stripe can be... What are we going to say? So, okay, yeah, money coming your way via the dub. No matter who you are, Stripe is here to make it happen. And again, this is very coarse. We don't have an awful lot of time, but fundamentally this is the issue, is that if you are accepting payments on the the World Wide Web, then Stripe is here to make that happen for you. I mean, it's pretty much it, right? So what they don't have is a free trial, contact sales. I would suggest not having this. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm literally going to get rid of that. Hit delete there in Inspector, by the way. And don't forget, obviously, when you're working in Inspector on Chrome or Firefox, similar sort of rules, you are not changing the website. You're not going to get told off by the Pentagon for hacking. It's good to do this because you can learn about how to sort of manage things. And if, of course, you wanted to put it back, Control-Z, the universal language of undo, that will bring it back, but I don't want to. So I'm going to delete that again. Oh, not that one. Oh, jeez. It's all going to shit. Right, I'm learning as we go along here, okay, guys. So don't judge me. Do judge me, actually. You saw what I did before with that. I'm going to take that out again, just so that it makes you feel better. Get rid of that, okay. And the message has changed, but you know. So this was about managing payments on the or accept payments on the dub. Stripe is here to help make that happen. That's where we're at. Okay. So, okay. Yep, standard fodder is the companies we work with. What's unusual here, and what I quite like, is they don't make a bold, brash statement here that says, here's all the people we work with. It's kind of straightforward. If you've got brands and logos on your page and they're not yours, chances are they're partners. We can go with this. I like this. I hate the text. Starting to feel like copyright is not necessarily these guys' first language, but that's fine. Unified platform, I absolutely loathe that too. We're getting rid of that. Right, okay. So let's get this sorted out. So money talks, we talk money. Bit different. Bring together everything that's required to build websites and apps that accept payments and send payouts globally. Stripes, are these all different links? Yeah. Okay, that's very bloggy. Okay, so I'm just going to have a quick play around with this. Get me out of the way. That's what most people want in their lives. So let's start here. Right, so there is nothing we can't do helping you accept and process payments online. Get here, just change this bad boy, which is further down. Well, oh goodness me, yeah. I'm going to be a little bit clunky here, so do bear with me. I'm going to put whether you are, no matter, we've done this before, it's just so it's consistent, no matter who you are, that should figure, yeah, there we go, no matter who you are, blah, 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 and everything in between. So, okay. What I'm trying to say here is be catchy, but explain exactly what it is that you do. Bring real people in. And I'm liking this here. What they're doing is showing you all the different forms that Stripe takes. They'll have a card reader, you can do it online, they've got apps, and they've also got accurate analysis and reporting baked into the platform. Loving this. This is technical. I like this. This is so that you make sure that you can understand that Stripe can be integrated into your website, integrated into your flows, integrated into your apps, integrated into your systems. That's the nature of the application programming interface, the API, effectively a plug that pulls two things together. We do this a lot on college premises where we've got course data. Course data comes from a different system that needs to get pulled through a middleware solution, which is a headless Drupal instance, gets pumped to the website, and it's all connected, and that's accomplished via the API integrations. I'm not going to get stuck in too much about this because, we're going to be here forever and you're already 60 minutes in. Thank you so much for your patience today. I think we're making some good progress though, aren't we? I think I like this. I like the website. I like what they've done. It's a little bit too technical for my liking. That's why I've glossed over this, because that's the API stuff. What I think would be nice is to dumb this down just a little bit. And I see what they've done here. They've got a tiny little GIF going on, I presume, that shows you a little bit about how it works. No, in fact, it's just a static image, isn't it? Or is it? Maybe I watched it before and didn't notice it. No matter. Let's get down. Technology first approach to payments and finance. Yeah, I like that. Close to metal. Don't understand what that means. Don't use your own jingoistic language. Make it simple. So what I would do here, close to metal essentially means that we can fully integrate your systems. So I might be inclined to be a little bit cocky and possibly simple. Fastest improving platform. Again, why me? This is all about us. I'm not really bothered about that. But I could say we could say evolving with you, couldn't we? Just to give some kind of reassurance that we're there, we're your partner, we're there to support you, and more importantly, we're doing it at pace. Battle-tested reliability, oh God, please give me some strength. I always want to see figures here. Theoretically, and I don't know this because I've not spent enough time, but if I said 100% uptime, that's language that people understand. Theoretically, if we're 99.9%, I do apologise. It's near enough. We're in the financial sector, so we can't lie and we can't be obtuse or exaggerate the truth. So I understand that would need to be changed. But fundamentally, you can see straight away, these are all really, really soundy bites stuff. These are short, snappy. Again, the language needs to be updated so it's simple. Machine learning models train on billions of data points. I would say... already in the future. That's a bit cryptic, isn't it? Machine learning models train. Well, I would say mini robots, because people like science fiction in the future, don't they? Our mini robots are already training across all these billions of data points to give you the best possible service. Getting Inspector out of the way. Backbone for internet business. Again, I like this. I like it. I love these figures. Backbone for internet business. Again, I'm not really that keen on that. I would be more likely to say something along the lines of the world is a Stripe. Something a bit catchy, nice, engaging, interesting, fascinating. You want to read more. This is all about, okay, so this is a really long homepage. This is all about inspiring, exciting people to read more, which is why I think short and snappy always wins the day. And don't forget, when you're writing short and snappy content, it's quicker to get to the bottom. And if this is on a mobile, you're probably going to have a comparable amount of content to scroll through. There's a lot of that, and eventually you get scroll fatigue, don't you? And then you might miss some stuff. So if you can compress that information into short, snappy content that still has the same message and meaning, you are, my friend, literally off to Haydock or Cheltenham or any one of the other races that there would not be right now on the racing calendar. Ready to get started yet? Great. I actually would like to see this further up the page. Call me controversial. I might want to see that just above Money Talks, We Talk Money. Let's see if I can do this. Just right, Control-Shift-I to initiate inspector. Go back down here, right click. Clearly didn't work, did it? Let's see if it's in a container, and if it's a container I can show you exactly what I mean. Section layout, there we go. Will that work? That will work, won't it? Let's see if I can copy that further up the page to just about here. Sorry about this, folks. It's sometimes I'm just a little bit of a pain in the arse. I like to get things right. I bet I can. I bet this is going to mess things up no end. And I'll make the page look like an unholy mess. But do you know what? Who cares? It's Christmas. Yeah, forget it. All right, it was an idea. It was an idea. You got the, oh no, hang on, no, look at that. No, here we are, ready to get started. So that's what I do. I bring ready to get started up here. Get it closer, right? Ready to get started. Have it below. Duplicate it if you need to be. Break some rules. But honestly, it might be that by the time that people have had a look at this and checked out your brands that you work with, they're all ready to get going. All right, let's have a look at the navigation products. Okay, again, these are proprietary brands, terminal, payments, connect, billing. What I might be more inclined to do, you know, is actually talk about the solutions at the top and then put the name of that product underneath. So online, what I'm saying is online payments here, I'd have that above payments. Especially with terminal. Payments is pretty obvious, so you don't maybe necessarily even need to have that online payments there. I'm not even sure whether that actually satisfies any kind of need. Let's try deleting that, go back. Payments, terminal, I'd change that. So in-person payments and then have terminal underneath. Payments of platforms, don't know what that means. Maybe that is to do with integration via API to, I don't know. But again, that's a problem, right? So you're fairly tech savvy. I don't get what that means. Billing, subscriptions and invoicing. I don't think you maybe need the name of the product there. I think what we're talking about here is payments for platforms, in-person payments and subscriptions and invoicing. That's your navigation item. Why worry about kind of trying to force down throats the names of your products for people? Same with payouts. Again, I'm not really sure what payouts means, but somebody I'm sure closer to the core would understand that. Business operations, radar. Oh, Jesus Christ. Seriously, give me strength. If people are looking for fraud and risk management and looking for custom reports and looking for startup incorporation, and that's a key part of your business, please do me a favour. Get rid of Atlas, get rid of Sigma, get rid of Radar, or at least introduce it on the next page, because really, until I'm a customer, I couldn't give a toss. Use cases, right? Okay, great. So this is effectively the same as case studies, or is the same as people we work with, audiences that we commonly find are most aligned to our product, right? So SaaS marketplaces, platforms. Really? Is this where we're at? Payout globally, manage recurring bills and subscriptions. Let customers say, okay, so it's not really, is it? It's about how it's solutions, right? It's how we can help your organisation. So I would be more inclined to, again, get rid of SaaS or make it part of this sentence. This is a funny sort of difficult one, this, because they're sort of sitting between two poles, aren't they? With SaaS, it's like saying if you're a SaaS company, we can fix billing and subscriptions on a recurring basis for you, because your chances are you're a membership platform, you offer subscriptions. That is what most SaaS companies do. They're in the cloud, you're obligated to them, therefore they will sell you a subscription. And that's what the game's all about. Marketplaces, so obviously Spock or eBay. So this is where Stripe can really be a force in your company's existence. Multi-party payments, paying out globally, so that's really good. But again, platforms, I don't know if enough people know what platforms are. I might be inclined to simplify that. In fact, I would be inclined to simplify that. Developers, again, useful, but I don't think it's a sales tool. And what we want to be seeing across the main navigation here is ways that you can sell yourselves better. Developers, so it's almost like documentation that you need to reassure yourself as a developer that Stripe is the right solutions for your business. Company, again, not necessarily that bothered about that. That probably needs to go in the footer. I'd say developers and company needs to go in the footer. Pricing is really important. Really important. What's strange is you don't have any fly out there or any drop down that says, I don't know, tell us how big your company is. Tell us how many customers you have if you're a SaaS organisation. A very, very quick calculator of the from point, the start of the plan. How much, we can work with you for upwards of £50,000, but obviously that is contingent on all of the different services that Stripe offers that you want to take advantage of. But I'd certainly extend the pricing section. Sign in. Again, useful, but it feels like it shouldn't necessarily, it doesn't even look like it's on the same level. Bit of an issue. Yeah, okay, sign in, fine. This is for customers after all. Customers won't necessarily go anywhere else, and also it's good to have them go back to your homepage for reassurance. Let's just take a quick look at the footer. Get rid of it, Explorer again. Too much, way too much stuff here. This is where top tasks come in really handy. You might have heard me talk about top tasks in the past. This is where you, as an organisation, you spitball and you decide what you believe are the most important tasks that your customers will come to your website to conduct or complete. And then you go out to your customers and you can either do open card sorting or closed card sorting, which fundamentally means give them that shopping list of all these tasks that you believe that they need your website for, and they will then shock you by showing you that actually of the 150 tasks that you thought they want your website for, they only need 6, or 70% of people only need 10 of those tasks, and the other 30%, well, is there a better way of presenting solutions to their problems? You'll be absolutely gobsmacked. So again, lots and lots of things here, lots of inside baseball words, radar, atlas, haven't got a clue. Why have it in the footer? Why have it in the footer? Use cases again. Maybe you could go balls out here and say we work best with, or Stripe rocks your world if you are. Be creative. I mean, these guys are obviously a little bit spunky. Look, I mean, goodness me, look at this. It's hypnotic, isn't it? Conscious that we've spent a lot of time today talking through content, but let's just wrap up here. So, in a nutshell, Stripe have done a spectacular job of presenting themselves. I'm going to give them a C+ here, because I still think there's a whole long way to go. I still don't think they've got this whole simple message. Should have got a drink. I still think they need to be a lot less complicated. Obviously, I changed this heading here. I changed that earlier. I sort of twisted and tweaked a few things to get things a little bit more simple. I really like the use of imagery. We didn't have a look at what this looks like on mobile, but let's just have a very, very quick look now to validate that. I wish it was professional. Then I'd be able to show you. We'll miss that one out for now. I've got no idea why this is a loom floor. Loom be damned! I suspect this is because I'm sharing all of my screen and not just the window. It would have let me anyway, but I'm sure it's pretty straightforward. I haven't got browser stack on my browser, so I can't show it any other way. don't be afraid to be upfront with your prospective customer and make life easier for them. Chances are when they've landed on your homepage, if you've wowed them enough by your elevator pitch, they'll already want to find out more about you, and I don't believe that it's too cheeky putting this section in here right at the top saying, listen, we're here for you, we've got your back, we know we can work well with your organisation. What I might be inclined to do is have some sort of functionality, some sort of interface in here that people can complete, because it is still quite a complicated situation. Some sort of interface that will let people type, because it's almost like a micro investment then as well. Don't forget this, investments. Whenever anybody interacts with your organisation online, they are investing in you in some small way. It's time that they have spent. So even if they're just on your website, spending a few minutes figuring out, sussing out what you are and what you do, it's an investment. They already feel like they have committed something to you. If you've got an interface there, it takes that relationship a step further. If they can type something in that says, here's the size of our organisation, here's the approximate amount of money that changes hands across our platforms in a month, a year, blah, 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 and here's the kind of services that we currently rely on, and it's checkbox stuff. Hit submit, straight away you can then find out, get some research done for free, present them some solutions that they might want to find more about, and then present some way of contacting you. If you've got live chat, which I can see is conspicuous by its absence here, it might be some sort of financial issue. I know a lot of organisations in the financial sector are now using live chat more than ever, and you know I love it. And it does take money and resources to staff it, and I know some people abuse it by having live chat and then just using it basically as a way of providing an alternative to a form or contact us via email. Type in your name and address and maybe they'll get back to you. With Stripe, it's a different paradigm. These guys are so super smart that I've no doubt at all they could staff this and do a great job. But say you've got live chat and you've already asked people for things about their organisation to pre-qualify them, so to understand that they're the right solution for your company. And if you've got a more budget service that doesn't necessarily fit this small, medium-sized business, then you could always offer that as an alternative and redirect them to whatever Stripe's junior brand might be for smaller organisations who are looking ultimately to upscale into a Stripe customer environment, but right now maybe they don't generate enough revenue to merit that full service Stripe proposition. But anyway, get that interface in there and understanding more about what the customer is, and then having some sort of an interaction with them via live chat or email or phone, WhatsApp, might be the way to do it. So I'd certainly get that in there. Always think about ways that you can pull your customers closer for that nice tight embrace, which is what the internet doesn't really deliver so well, but you can start the conversation that way. As ever, I mentioned before, we need to start getting things so much simpler on the web. It doesn't matter what business you're in, it's so key. I like this, it's live, it's punchy, it makes it feel like things are happening in real time. Business is done, guys, always be closing. Ready to get started again, regurgitation of what we moved to the top. And navigation, so critical. Just to finish off on this one, stop using inside baseball, stop using your own language, talk to the customer in a language that the customer understands. Get rid of stuff like Atlas, Sigma, Radar, because unless you're already a customer, it means nothing, and you cannot afford in this day and age to put a single foot wrong. Thank you very much for joining me today on Website Rewrite. I'm Dave Thackeray. My company is Word and Mouth. I'd love to talk to you about all the exciting things that we can do with your company to figure out content together, because don't forget, captivating content converts quicker. At Dave Thackeray on Twitter, over on LinkedIn, always there when you need us, and as I say, soon wordandmouth.com to captivate and titillate you into 2021 and beyond. Have a fabulous Christmas, but sure, I'll be back before. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.